Best way to get ahead in life and keeping the best work-life balance.
Schedule.
That's it.
Luckily, we have a Norse planner that will be coming out next month to help
Yeah.
you with all your scheduling needs. But that's really what it boils down to
Absolutely.
is scheduling out your day. Make sure you do it the night before. That way you have a plan of attack as soon as you wake up. But here's the thing that people don't get, especially as a business owner or anything like that. You need to schedule your personal life first and then schedule everything else. So say if you have a family, you need to schedule your time with your family very first thing. So say if 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock is family time, that's the first thing that you write down. And then you draw a little arrow going down to 9 o'clock or whatever it is. You also need to do it for your morning routine. Write down your self-care that you do first thing in the morning. Write in your workout, right? So you're doing all this stuff that is moving you forward and helping you improve as an individual, because in all reality, you need to put yourself first. You put yourself before your family. You put yourself before your business. You put yourself before everything, because you cannot take care of anyone else. You cannot be of service to anyone else unless you're focusing on yourself first. That's what it boils down to. It sounds selfish. Get the fuck over it. That's the way it works.
Yeah.
But then, you know, you schedule all this stuff to take care of yourself, spend time with the family, those priorities. Then you go in and you schedule out everything else in the empty spaces.
Yeah.
That's how I would recommend doing it. And by that, I mean, that's how I do it.
Yeah.
So it might work for other people. It works really well for me. Do I always stick to it? I mean, I try to, but of course I mess up like everybody else. Things come up. But when you schedule your personal life around, say, work, there's always more work to get done. You could stack your whole day with work, and then that's how you end up getting burned out and all this other stuff, or you end up not spending enough time with your kids, or you end up skipping the gym, because there's always more work to get done.
Yeah.
That's why you schedule everything around your personal life
Yeah.
instead of around work. What would you recommend?
Very similar. Most of the time this question comes from, I work way too much and don't spend enough quality time. So, couple things with that. Just like you said, scheduling that out. So what I usually do is very similar. I'll schedule my morning, what time I need to get up, and I'll schedule what time I need to be home that day. Okay. Like that's pretty much it. Like
You do that first thing as well?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, for instance, cause like today, my dog goes to daycare on some days. It's kind of cool, but he runs around. But those days I have to schedule in, all right, I need to wake up at this time, drop him off at this time, and I need to leave here at this time to pick him up to be home by then. Cool. I've got my beginning and kind of end of the day planned out. So then I get to go in and that big chunk in the middle. All right, what am I going to fill that with? What needs to be done today? What is my schedule going to look like? So yeah, I'll kind of do first half and then ending half and then work half. Another thing with that though, and this is, I think, the going even further into that, when you get home, stick to that schedule.
That's the hard part.
That's the hard part, because what you said, there's always more work to be done. So when I get home, we've mentioned it. It sounds like beating a dead horse, but like, be present in the moment. When you're at work, work. When you're at home, be home. And that right there is going to help you. It's freaking hard, but once you can get there, it's going to help you find that balance, because then you're going to get used to being present in the moment when you are at home.
I think that's the most important thing to manage everything, is to be present. Focus on the task at hand.
Yeah.
There's a million different things that you can focus on, but the more focus that you can direct towards the job that you're currently doing, either if that's being a dad or at your actual job or working out or whatever it is, the more efficient you're going to be able to do that, and the quicker you're going to be able to get it done. If you're working out and you're checking your phone in between each set, it's going to take you a lot longer to complete that workout. Same thing with completing a task at work. If you just devote 90 minutes with laser focus to accomplishing that task, it's going to get done 10 times quicker than if you're taking out your phone every 10 minutes just because you get bored with it.
And 10 times better.
And 10 times better, right?
Yeah.
Like, you need to kind of be able to access a flow state as much as possible, and you leave everything else outside of it, and you just focus on that one thing. And the only way that you can do that is by being present with it. So I think scheduling and just trying to be present as much as possible. Being present is the hardest thing for some people. It's extremely hard for me. So there's three different, I guess, realities, time zones that people live in, right? You have people that live in the past. That's probably the most detrimental in my opinion, because that's victim mentality shit. You're focusing on all the bad shit that happened in the past instead of what's going on right now or what could be better in the future. The next thing is you have people that focus on the present moment. Now, because of that, those people don't necessarily think anything about the past, but they're also not thinking about the future, which stops them from progressing. But a lot of times those people, they don't really care about the future. They're just going with the flow, which is awesome. I don't have any issues with that. Then you have some people that live more into future thinking, forward thinking. They're always thinking about the future. And as a result, they're missing out on the present moment and what's happening right now. So, kind of think about which one you fall into. I'm very future thinking. I'm always thinking about the future, but as a result, it's very hard for me to turn off and be present. But over the years, I've really made that a focus. I have stay present tattooed on my hand as a reminder because I do know the importance of being present.
Yeah.
So kind of think about that as well. Which category do you fall into? Because it's a natural thing. Everyone falls into one of those three things. Which one do you think you fall into?
I think I have always fallen into the present.
Really? I could see that.
Yeah. But because of that, that's kind of where I grew up the first half of my life, having big dreams, but never actually trying to go get them because I never visualized myself being there.
Because it's hard to think about the future.
Yeah, because I was always present in the moment, it's good. It's helped me a lot in life be present.
Yeah.
But so now it's I've been transitioning in between that 2 and 3. That
So with that being said, you can with me, it's harder for me to be present, but it is something that I'm getting better at. With you, it's visualizing the future. So, once you identify which one of those three that you fall into, then you can kind of structure your day knowing that you need to be more present, or maybe you need to take time to visualize the future that you want.
Yeah, you can work towards any of those things. I mean,
I definitely don't think there's any benefits to thinking about the past.
No.
Maybe every once in a while, if you just want to remember some good memories.
Yeah, I mean, maybe some small things that can help motivate you to, be better, but realistically, it's not doing much for you.
Well, you only need to think about that once.
Yeah.
Okay, I messed up here. What can I do better moving forward? Okay, there we go. I'm going to do this moving forward. You don't need to think about it anymore.
Yeah, because you've already taken action.
And what's the point of living in the past? It's done. You can't change anything about it. At least I can change the future. Even if it's 2 minutes from now, I can change that future, but I can't do anything about the past. And if you can't do anything about it, don't fucking worry about it.
Yeah, the only thing you do with the past is learn from it.
That's it. And once you learn from it, move on. Move on, which we're kind of getting off on a whole other thing, but how to work-life balance. Schedule your day, focus on being present, and that's going to be the best way to do it.